Hey, y'all gotta know the difference between sugar and salt. My pronouns are this cracker and that cracker, and I'm okay with it. So I'm Just Jay, I'm 44. If I look like I've been in prison, it's because I have. Now, I don't know what happened when I was in there, but I'm not into lying to people. Every bitch in the world is not beautiful. I shop at Walmart. I see them bitches coming in their flip-flops and their pajamas. Straight up. Breasts so bad, they can't even stand it. One's coming in the small little halter tops and low-riding jeans, walking down the food aisles looking like a can of biscuits on pop open. I see you. And man, come on. Some of the finest bitches have some of the stankest attitudes. Come on, back the fuck off. Y'all got the most valuable poker chip in the game right now. And all you want to do is sit on it and talk shit from it. That thing ain't doing nothing but collecting sweat and piss. And then when some guy finally cracked the code on your panties, he find a pretty pussy that smell like an armpit somebody done peed on. Yeah. But, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you though. I spent almost my whole life in Florida. And man, out of 41 years down there, I spent almost 23 of them in lockup. I said it was time to find a new place to go. Hey, but as soon as I crossed that border, man, shit changed. Man, y'all got seasons up here. Straight up. Man, all the bright colors and all that. And I ain't just talking about summer, winter, spring, and fall.
What are you talking about?
Man, y'all got that big girl season up here. Straight up. Man, everybody knows November 1st to March 1st, it's big girl season. Straight up. You see your homeboy with a big girl, everybody just stop like Morgan Freeman and just nod. Cause they know he's straight. He eating good, nice outfit, new kicks. And they know he getting that big girl head. You know, big girl head, the kind of head that make your nuts tremble. Every time you pull up, your whole sack just vibrates. Straight up. Man, especially when she reached between the couch cushions and grabbed the bed frame up underneath. Big girl head. Yeah, but another thing I had to learn, see in Florida, the only black women that ever talked to me were prison guards and my first grade teacher. And I can promise you that none of them liked me. And then as soon as I left, all of a sudden it changed. I'm like, oh shit. I remember my first week in Charlotte, I'm coming out of a QT, and I see this couple walking up. And the girl chewing me up with her eyeballs. And her boyfriend catches her. Dude look at me and say, man, what you looking at? I said, she know. You go, what's she know? I said, brother, you know. Man, it's 2022. Everybody knows. Everything tastes better on crack side. Hey, so Malik over there, that's my dog. He don't eat pork, but you ought to see the way his family look at me when they bring me into the house. And what's funny is, he done got into the habit the last few days of calling me over to help him with yard work at 3:30 in the afternoon. And at first I thought it was just because his old lady was making him do it. But I noticed that every time I come up, all his neighbors are out there taking pictures, and today they was out there clapping. And I'm like, what? And see, the funny thing is, he always makes me wear this Renter Center shirt. It says RAC on it, right? See, I didn't know he had told his neighbors that Georgia has a new work release program. They're working on the reparation for slavery, right? And he told them that he can get white supremacists from the prison system to come work in his house, and the program's called Rent-A-Cracker. Hey man, I'm still getting used to all this shit. I ain't been out that long. 3 years, which is 2 years and 4 months longer than I ever did before that, right? But I'm amazed at the number of people that think everybody else around them is customer service. I have to tell at least one person a day, man, I'm bald, but I'm not Dr. Phil. Man, I had a dude, I didn't even know, I hadn't even been in Georgia a hot 15 minutes. Dude told me, hey man, I just lost my girl, and she already hooked up with my homeboy. I said, bro, I don't know why you told me that, but it's 2022. You can't lose your guy or your girl, just your turn. Turns out it was your homeboy's turn now. And man, I can remember, I'm on the phone in Walmart Now, I don't pay attention to everybody. I'm gonna be honest. And the girl I'm talking to said, "You out there dating?" I said, "Yeah, a little bit on that, a little bit off that." But I'll be honest with you. It's getting increasingly hard to find a piece of pussy that's not attached to a gun. Oh man, I should not have said that. Almost immediately, I heard a voice yell out, "You should never say anything about anybody like that in public. That's negative." At first, I thought it was coming from the intercom, so I was like, "Excuse me? Who are you talking to?" Woman's voice went out over, says, "I'm talking to you." I said, "Whoa, damn, I absolutely don't give a fuck." I don't give a fuck what you find offensive when you're eavesdropping on my conversation. But if I'm being honest, that's not a negative word at all. I said, "That's a great word, and I wish I had a word just like that worked on stacks of cash and Lamborghinis." She said, "What's that supposed to mean?" I said, "It's simple, man." I said the word cunt one time, and one magic thing appeared when I opened. I wish I had a word like that worked on stacks of cash and Lamborghinis. World would never see me again. Straight up. Man, so having done as much time in prison, man, I don't have a whole lot of experience with the opposite sex. And I've gotten my signals wrong several times. I remember 2003, it was a bad year for me. I had two very great interactions with the opposite sex, and they both ended completely different. One ended with my bare nuts being rolled around in a female staff member's hand, and the other one ended with me being sprayed and beat up by a staff or by an officer. I just got the light, so I'm gonna skip the part of me getting my nuts rolled around and just jump to me getting beat up. Okay.
Get to it, man.
So I got to a prison, and I was 24, and there was an officer there that was 23. She was fine to death to me. Now, I don't know how good she would look to me now, because time is like alcohol. The more you do, the better everyone else looks. But she looked so good that when they announced that there was gonna be a talent show, I wrote a poem just for her. When they called me up, I got up there in front of over 500 inmates under the pavilion, and I started saying my piece. And as I started doing it, I started seeing officers get on their radio, and they started circling the rec yard. And just as I finished that poem, I had 12 officers spray me with pepper spray, put me in handcuffs, and take me to confinement and beat me up. It was the best poem ever. Ladies and gentlemen, that poem. I was walking to the chow hall just the other day when Officer Hoskins came my way. She said, "Jay, I can't wait till you get free, because I'm going to give you some pussy like you ain't never seen." I said, "Officer Hoskins, why wait for so much time to pass? I wouldn't mind tearing up that pretty little ass." Pulled out my dick was so big and shiny it looked like it was painted. That officer took one look and damn near fainted. I stuck it in and she gave it a shot. Colonel came around the corner and said, "Hey, inmate, gotta pull that motherfucker out." I'm Just Jay. Follow me on 50 Shades of Jay.